an explanation and an answer. So I'm going to tell you the question and the answer, and then we'll go through the explanation. The question is, why don't the midos of Tayu give to one another? If they feel that they're shleimus and they have so much to give and they're so perfect, so let them give over to the other. The answer is that the reason why in Tikun that there's the idea of giving, why the mashpia wants to give, is because the mashpia also gets. What's the explanation? The explanation is, how is it that a mashpia gives over? The mashpia has to work hard. A mashpia has to give over properly. A mashpia has to be mitzamtzem seichel and go against his nature of flowing and flying away in the world of seichel, and has to be mitzamtzem himself and bring you down to a level that the makabel will understand, that the receiver, that the talmid will understand. That's going against his nature. Why would the mashpia go through all the trouble? The answer is because the mashpia gets a certain oyer that is in the Talmud that's not yet in the mashpia. Like we see that in seichel and dibor, that when you have a seichel and you speak it out, then you have more seichel after you speak it out than before you speak it out. Why? Because dibor comes from a higher source than seichel, and because dibor comes from a higher source than seichel, there was an oyer in dibor that the seichel needs, and that's why seichel comes down into dibor in order to get that oyer, like we see, like the famous words, umitalmida yoser mikulam. And that's why in Tikun, the way the world works, there's a giving and receiving. There's a lot of giving. Why is there a lot of giving? Because everyone's so great? Because everyone's so selfless? They love giving? No, because they're getting as well. Because they're getting Ar Chadash that they get from the receiver. Mashenkin in Tayu, this Ar Chadash, or this recognition that you can get from someone else, they didn't have. They felt that they were mushlam by themselves, and they did not need to get this Ar Chadash that was available in the other sfiros. And that's why the sfiros of Tayu did not give one another.